Whether it takes me uphill, downhill, or out to the sticks, I get the goods from A to B. I'll even take them across the sea if needed. So don't worry, you're in safe hands. They don't call me the gold standard guard for nothing. Boom booms and eyes, and boom booms and mouth. And
Everybody stand back! Let my name echo in song! Yoo-hoo! Seize the skies!
Scatter! Skyward!
Shower me with the...
Behold!
Hi, I'm Hooney. Are you here to help find the baby Saurians?
And I'm Toba. You must be the helpers that we've been waiting for.
It's nice to meet you too, but we're just passing through. Oh, but Uncle Sanka said he was gonna send some of his friends over to help us. You sure he didn't mean you? Yeah, sorry. Whatever this is about, it sounds like you've got the wrong end of the stick. Wrong end of the stick?
Darn it! We've been tricked, Hooney. I should have known that Glasses Guy was a con artist.
What are we supposed to do about the baby Saurians now? Time's running out. It's okay, Hooney. Don't worry. Why don't you tell us what happened with these baby Saurians, huh? There's been a lot of unrest in the tribe lately, and my dad's Saurian got injured. Her name's Nana, and she has 3 little babies. After what happened to Nana, her babies were so scared that they ran off and hid. I'm really worried about them, so I decided to go look for them. If Nana is your dad's Saurian, why isn't he the one looking for them? My dad's one of the elders, so he's busy getting ready for Turnfire Night. It's a really important ceremony, more important than this, anyway. I'm not supposed to be out here either, but I snuck out without telling him. I didn't think it would take very long, but then that guy we ran into made us tell him loads of stories, and it wasted so much time.
Yeah, he was so selfish. He doesn't have a heart.
It's all right. Don't let him get to you. We're here now and we'll help you because we care a lot, don't we, Traveler? They should be. I already managed to find their tracks, and it seems like they're hiding on the cliff. Really? Wow! Thank you so much, Mr. Traveler and Miss Paimon.
Awesome. You gotta be careful out on the cliffs, though. They're really steep. Even grown-ups have trouble climbing them.
Rooney said the baby Saurians are on the cliff, so let's find a way up. what's that other?
Gruesome twosome who wormed their way into our servant circle of friends. Still awestruck from the last time we met? Would that be why you hastily scrambled up here to pay your respects the moment you saw us? I suppose we can't blame you. Such is the spell that our majesty casts on our minions. Very well. You heathens leave us no choice. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula shall grant you the audience that you seek. Come, pucker up. You may now kiss our feet.
Wait, aren't you like Kenichi's sidekick? What the heck are you going on about? You're somehow managing to be even more annoying than the last time we met.
Silence! Who are you calling sidekick? We are the Dragon Supreme, sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame. We shall have you know that last time, were it not for Kenichi's earnest pleading on your behalf, you would have received not a single word of mercy.
Oh, come on. You talk big, but Kenichi clearly has you under lock and key.
Dragon Lord Kahula, you will burn in turn fire for 1,000 years for your blasphemy. If you must know, our humble servant begged us to investigate an abyss incident near Hoytsidland, and we chose to grant his request.
Abyss incident?
See this little lizard? Its mother, a medium-sized lizard, came under the influence of abyssal power. In her confusion, she attacked my servant's tribe, then assailed her own offspring.
Yikes. So how is she doing now?
She was but a lowly bug fighting against the power of the abyss. Naturally, she has departed for the Night Kingdom. Such a fragile creature. Apparently, she ended her struggle by leaping from a cliff.
Leaping from a cliff?
My dear anemic flying ant, as addled with questions as your head may be, please keep them to yourself and wipe that absurd expression off your face. We are the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula, not a wish-granting fountain.
Anemic flying ant! You! Just you wait. Two can play at the ugly nickname game.
We sense a faint abyssal energy. An evil sorcerer must be lurking nearby, but they are well hidden. If you encounter any suspicious outlanders, be sure to give them a robust interrogation.
Suspicious outlanders? Wait, are you mocking us?
Ha! How dare you cast aspersions on your ruler, heathen! You're just lucky that our servant has such vile taste in friends. Otherwise, we would beat you black and blue, and then purple, then black again! If you're not here to kiss my feet, then get out of my sight. Do not impede the work of the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula-How!
Potty mouth on that guy! Paimon is furious! Still, good to know about the Abyss threat, huh? Wasn't expecting that. Let's not get sidetracked.
Wow, you're back already? That was so fast.
I'm so glad that the babies are all right. Thank you both so much. Now we can finally go home and stop worrying about them. You're welcome. Piece of cake! You're not from Natlan, right? Because your clothes look different than ours. Hey, you must be tired after all that climbing. You should come take a rest at my house.
Yeah, please come. I promise you'll get a big Scions of the Canopy welcome. We love having guests, and you're really nice people. Not like Glasses Guy.
By the sound of it, Glasses Guy wasn't from Natlan either, right? Uh-huh. Well, his clothes sure weren't. You know what? Now that I think about it, there was something really fishy about him. Really? Maybe he was the suspicious outlander that Ahau mentioned. Sure, if you're interested. Oh, let me think. How did the conversation go again? Oh, please, mister. I've told you so many stories already. When are you gonna help me find the baby Saurians?
Just one more story. One more, I swear. Why don't you tell me more about that ball of fire? I heard that there was a huge transparent ball of fire that used to burn 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, maybe even further back than that.
Oh, you mean Turnfire. That's where the ancient name Malipo comes from.
Oh, wow. So it was the origin of an ancient name. That's impressive.
Uh-huh. There's a story behind every ancient name. The legend goes that the Turnfire first appeared in the era of the Grand Alliance. It was used by the tyrant Och Khan to rule over Natlan and oppress anyone who opposed him. Turnfire is different from normal fire. If you get set on fire with it, you'll feel horrible burning pain from behind you, but you won't die from it right away. And whatever you do, you mustn't turn back to look at it.
Why? What happens if you turn back?
As soon as you turn around, poof! You get burned to a crisp.
Well, good golly gee. I mean, it's one thing to singe someone's clothes, but burning people alive? That is a big no-no in my book.
Right? How nasty is it to burn someone from behind and not even let them turn around to look? Ochcon really was an evil tyrant.
Yes, shocking behavior. Now, let me guess. Eventually, a valiant hero came to save the day? That's usually how these stories go.
Good guess, Uncle Glasses. Seems like you really know your stuff. The hero was called Yupanqui. He's the ancestor of our tribe.
Yupanqui was friends with Ochcon the Tyrant, and also Shibalanke, the first Pyro Archon. He was working as an ordnance officer for the Grand Alliance at the time. He didn't like how Ochcon was such a cruel tyrant, so he stole the Turnfire and threw it at the Ochcon's army. The soldiers couldn't defend against it, and they all got turned to ash. And that's how our ancestors set our people free. But just as he was about to leave the city, he thought he heard Ochcon calling out to him from behind. It caught him off guard, and he turned around to look.
But Ochcon wasn't there. All he saw was a city burned black, an army in ruins, and giant flames reaching up into the sky.
A split second later, the flames he saw burst out from inside his eyes and swallowed him up.
All it took was a single glance. As soon as he looked back, he was burned to a crisp.
The question is, was this the price he paid for stealing the Turnfire, or the price of turning back?
Nobody knows the answer. But the fire that consumed Yupanqui burned more fiercely than any other. It burned for 100 days until it burned a hole right through the ley lines. And then, the flame dropped into the deathly dark Night Kingdom, where it still burns to this day.
The grown-ups say that it lights up the path that leads to the next life. But for the dead to be reborn, they have to accept the flames and be purified by the fire first. It's like a final look back at your life, where you have to answer for everything you did. Anyway, that's the story of Yupanqui's Turnfire.
Ah, a fine parable indeed. So, is it true? Is it really possible to find this fire in the Night Kingdom?
I don't know. I think it's just a story.
Either way, I assume this name has been passed down in your tribe ever since?
Sure has. It went to Burkina, the hero that we celebrate on Turnfire Night. But that was 500 years ago.
Yeah, and now it belongs to Kinich. So we often call him Malipo Kinich.
Kinich, huh?
All right, Uncle Glasses, that's enough stories. Now, can you please go find the baby Saurians for us like you promised?
I would, but doesn't the legend of the Turnfire teach us not to look back? Let's not go dredging up the past. Tell me more about this Kinich guy. One more story, I swear. Starting now. No? Careful, Toba. You look dangerously close to cursing me out right now. Tut tut, we can't have that. Cursing is for grown-ups only.
Uncle, you'd better not be trying to trick us, or the Turnfire will get you when you die.
How would it get me if I'm outside of Natlan? Uncle Glasses isn't from here, you know. Unlike you.
Huh?
Wait, is that? All right, kiddos. I'm a man of my word. 2 of my friends are on their way here, and, yeah, they'll help you out on my behalf. Work them like dogs, okay? That's what they're here for. Don't go easy on them just for my sake.
Really? Well, first, can you tell us your name?
We met at the foot of this cliff, so beneath the peaks, let's go with Sanka.
Seriously?
If you don't believe me, turn around and see for yourselves. They're right behind you.
Huh? Where? Oh, wait! Uncle Sanka, where did you go? Yeah, definitely a fishy character. It sounds like he was digging for info about the ancient names.
Yeah, and not only that, but he betrayed us too. He'll pay for this.
All he got out of us was some stories, though. What's the worst that could happen? Traveler, maybe we should go tell Kinich about this. Ahau says he's investigating it, but he's a bit of a loose cannon. We probably shouldn't take him at his word. Huh? You know Kinich? Not very well, but we have met him before, and one time we had a meal together.
Aw, man, I'm so jealous. I never even spoken to him. He's so cool. He's the Saurian hunter, and he has a really awesome ancient name.
Me neither. I don't think my dad really likes him, though. He always tells me to stay away from him. Probably because of that little creep he always hangs out with. He's nasty, and he's so full of himself. Oh, the creep who calls himself Kahul Ahau? Yeah, we've had the pleasure of meeting him too. He sure loves pushing people's buttons. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know why Kenichi partnered up with him. Why didn't he pick me instead?
Uh-oh! Huni, look how late it is! We've been out way too long. We better get home now or we'll get yelled at.
Oh, yikes. You're right. Okay, well, this path here leads to our settlement. If you decide to visit, remember to come to my house. If there's anything you need, my dad can help get it for you. Hope to see you soon.
We gotta run. Bye for now.
The wind rises.
What were you thinking, going out by yourself? Don't you know how dangerous it is?
It's okay. Toba helped me. And we met some kind strangers who helped us. And
Kind strangers? What made you so sure they were so kind, huh? Oh, I suppose they had kind stranger written on their foreheads?
yeah, actually, they did. In big, bold letters.
Don't talk back to me. The Mountain King problem still hasn't been solved. What would I do if I lost you too? No dinner for you tonight.
They were good people, Dad. Dinner or no dinner. Hello again, honey. It's Miss Paimon and Mr. Traveler. Dad, it's them. They're the ones who helped me. And I promised we'd take care of them if they came to visit.
Oh, so you're the kind strangers. Well, I'm Trinidad. Apparently, you helped my daughter today, so if there's anything you need, just ask. As an elder of the Scions of the Canopy, I've got some influence around here. Now, I trust that you're sensible people who know better than to take advantage of their host's generosity. $1 million mora. At least you're a straight shooter. I can respect that much.
Dad, please! They're not bad people! They've eaten at the same table with Kenichi before! Be nice to them!
Kniech! Wait! I heard that two mysterious travelers from afar showed up at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Are they you?
And Paimon's the other.
I do apologize. A lot's been going on in our tribe lately, and I suppose the pressure must be getting to me. I can't believe I was so rude to you. I feel ashamed. We got off on the wrong foot. Can we, start over?
Oh, now we're talking. Seriously, though, don't worry about it. Already forgotten. We're just happy to see Huni got home safe and sound.
Oh, you just arrived, I take it, and it would be my honor to give you a hero's welcome tonight.
Careful now. That's quite an about face. We've heard that kind of thing can lead to spontaneous combustion around these parts.
My dear traveler, you are very perceptive indeed. Go inside now, Huni. Dad's got some important business to discuss.
Okay. Look after Mr. Traveler and Miss Paimon. They're very special guests. Well, we'll hear you out, but we can't make any promises that we'll be able to help.
Well, this is a matter of utmost importance. Please, allow me to explain? For many years, our tribe has celebrated the Turnfire Night. It is a traditional ceremony among the scions of the canopy in which we remember our ancestor, Burkina, and his companion, Kangamato, the Mountain King. Burkina was a hero who bore the ancient name Malipo, and Kangamato was a powerful Yumkasor warrior. Together, they fought against the Abyss. They were victorious, but it came at a great cost. Burkina paid with his life. The Mountain King survived, but was contaminated by the Abyss, and he remains in hibernation to this day. Normally, Yumkasors never live longer than a century. It is possible that the Abyssal Power is responsible for his unnaturally long lifespan. Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this glory comes at a price. The abyssal power inside him is highly sensitive, and when it is disturbed, he awakens and flies into a blind rage, attacking anything that moves. So, besides the ceremony, another important part of Turnfire Night each year is cleansing the abyssal power inside the Mountain King, so that he will remain sound asleep. However, Abyss-related incidents have been on the rise in that land lately, as I'm sure you're both aware. As a result, it has become increasingly difficult to keep the Mountain King in hibernation. Only 5 months have passed since the last Turnfire Night, and he's already showing signs of instability.
Has he woken up again?
He has. We managed to contain the situation by performing a makeshift ceremony right away, but it was a close call. He could reawaken at any moment. Also, he attacked and wounded my companion, Nana, during the ceremony. She became contaminated by the abyss as a result, and...
We heard. Such a tragedy. We're really sorry for your loss.
Yes, and Nana wasn't the first. Anyway, right now we're preparing for an exceptional Turnfire Night ceremony, and we need to find a suitable flame bearer. From what I've heard about your adventures, I believe you would be perfect for the role. Of course. Plus, he's a bona fide hero who inherited the Malipo name.
Oh, you mean Kinich?
Yes, he's the one. A hero, worth his weight in gold. And unfortunately for us, he's all too aware of that. No prizes for guessing what he said when I asked him to host a Turnfire Night outside of the annual schedule. An exceptional ceremony? Oh, I'll have to charge an exceptional price. I swear, no other concept exists in that boy's brain. I'm not the one to usually talk about people behind their backs, but I'm convinced the Wyab got hit on the head and took a wrong turn the day it chose to give that ancient name to him. I mean, have you ever heard of a hero whose mantra is, "What's your asking price?" Oh, and don't get me started on that insufferable Ahau he hangs around with. Thinks he's God's gift to mankind. Pompous fool.
Yeah, Paimon has to agree on that last part.
Anyway, the fact is, the ceremony can just as easily be done without him as long as we can find someone else. And besides, you two seem like much better candidates. So, what do you think? Well, there's only a few days left before the ceremony. We can't afford to waste what little time we have on negotiating with him. No, I much prefer if you would consider taking his place. Wonderful! I can't thank you enough. Huni was right about you. You have kindness in your hearts. Come with me to the other side of the mountain. I'll bring you up to speed on each step of the ceremony. As experienced warriors, I'm sure you'll pick it up in no time.
Achoo! Curses! Who dares insult the great Kahula How behind his back?
Oh, great Kahul Ahau, bless you.
Shut your filthy mouth, worm of the abyss! Your putrid words defile the air we breathe. You make the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, sick to the stomach!
Speaking as a member of the Abyss Order, that's music to my ears. Exactly the kind of reaction we're going for. But on a personal level, I gotta say, it's pretty hurtful.
Ugh, never have we heard such brazen blustering from someone who is inches from death! Up yours, Four Eyes! We spit in your face! Pfft.
Okay, well, that I am at a loss to explain. How do I manage to stay so chirpy and cheerful? I can only guess it's some kind of powerful magic. But I digress. Mr. Kinich, I admit it, you, sir, are a legendary hunter. Still, the only reason you caught me is that I was reluctant to run away. You see, I'm very interested in the lore of your tribe.
Okay.
Is that it? Kay? Aren't you intrigued to know what it is about you guys that prompted a visit from the Abyss? It's the extreme sports! The other day, I narrowly avoided getting hit by a very brave soul who just leaped off a cliff. I think you call it bungee jumping? Anyway, I was very impressed. That is what I call embracing the spirit of adventure. Look, I even did a painting inspired by the bravery and freedom of the scions of the canopy.
You scum-sucking swine! Ugh, I swear, if you go bungee jumping, it'll be without a rope! Head first off the tallest cliff, with a band of hunters on your tail, and nowhere left to run, and a bottomless cesspit waiting for you on the ground.
You say that, but I get the sense that Mr. Kinich isn't planning to take my life right now. On top of that, I'm tired of spying on you from afar. So why don't we just negotiate a comfortable operating distance that works for both of us? I've heard that the most important thing in human relationships is to respect each other's boundaries. What do you say, Mr. Kinich?
Or you could tell me what it is you're really after.
What?
And then I'll name my price.
The Abyss contamination is back. No surprises there. No doubt that explains the Mountain King's recent activity. See those torches over there? Those are the Sacred Flame offshoots that we requested from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. They contain the power of the Pyro Archon.
Are you saying that the Sacred Flame and the Turnfire are the same thing?
Well, for ceremonial purposes, at least. Sending someone to the Night Kingdom to retrieve the legendary Turnfire isn't exactly an option. More to the point, though, the Sacred Flame is able to burn away abyssal filth, so that's why we use it in the ceremony.
Gotcha! So basically, we just need to clean up the filth with the Sacred Flame.
Well, that's one part of it, yes, but the complete ceremony is a bit more complicated than that. First, the flame bearer must collect a kindling of the sacred flame from the starting point, then use a grappling hook to fly up into the sky and light each of the sacred flame pillars. Then they must go down into the canyon, all the way into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, lighting braziers and the final altar along the way. The most skilled flame bearers can accomplish all of this without touching the ground once. As much as I hate to admit it, Kanich is capable of this.
Wow! He can do all that flying without ever falling to the ground? Well, of course Paimon can. It'd be much harder for you guys.
Well, don't worry. It's not a requirement of the ceremony. You're allowed to touch the ground. The only thing you're not allowed to do is turn back. The flame bearer must always keep moving forward. You can't skip a pillar, then come back to it after lighting the next one. To do so would be to disrespect our ancestors.
So, what actually happens if you do turn back? Surely the fires don't just go out.
If you're not careful, you might get burned.
What about today then? Does the same rule apply?
Oh no, don't worry. Today is just a practice. The order doesn't matter. You just need to take the sacred flame, cleanse the filth, then go light all the braziers. Are you ready? I'll repeat all the key points again. Gather the kindling, cleanse the filth, and light all the braziers. I'll wait for you at the end.
Alright, let's use this kindling to complete our mission. There's a abyssal filth over there. Let's burn it away with the sacred flame. That should be all the braziers. Let's regroup with Trinidad.
I knew I was right about you. You have outperformed all of the other previous candidates. If there was an ancient name for outstanding flame bearers, I'm sure the Wyab would consider you for the honor.
stronger.
All right, now there's still a few days left until the ceremony, and I should probably get back so I can inform the chief and the other elders that I have found the flame bearer we need.
Oh, you mean they've still got to sign off on it?
Some of them are still hoping we can come to an agreement with Kanich, but that's only because they haven't seen you in action. Still, I'm the one responsible for securing a flame bearer, and my recommendation is you.
Just for Paimon's own peace of mind, are you sure it's not going to be a problem having Outlanders take on such an important role in your ceremony?
See that place over there? There was a time, long before the age of Burkina and the Mountain King, when we, Scions of the Canopy, called that our home. After a period it has become a place where our youths go to develop courage and kindle a spirit of adventure. If we fail to keep the threat posed by the Mountain King at bay, it might not be long before we have to move again and find. To answer your question, I think everyone will agree that you are the right choice.
Fair enough. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I'll need you to drop by my place at some point before the ceremony, if that's all right. There are still a few final details that we need to discuss.
Okay, see you later then.
You have my gratitude.
We've helped out with a lot of other local festivals before, but this one feels a little different. Anyway, let's take a break before heading back to Trinidad's place.
Behold!
Come on! Show me your goodness, then!
The wind rises. How amusing.
Stick around!
You're dead! Know your place. Scatter! Step right up. Swarm Fury.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
Is the ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
One in history. You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
Hey, so the valleys here are just bursting with shiny gemstones. This could be a huge opportunity for us. We should get digging ASAP. With any luck, we'll hit the jackpot and we'll never have to worry about Mora again.
But how would you actually know when you've hit the jackpot? Can you even tell which stones are the valuable ones?
Well, Paimon just figured that the shinier the stone, the more valuable it is. Yeah, that should be about right.
You're starting to sound like an evil fairy tale dragon, hoarding all the shinies they can get their greedy claws on.
Except we're in Natland now, so instead of evil dragon, it's noble saurian. Oh, brave and cunning traveler, follow this noble Saurian, for she shall lead you to the most precious gemstone in the entire world!
Great. Except she can't tell which stones are the valuable ones. So how's that gonna work?
The Scions of the Canopy sure do love their extreme outdoor sports. Seems like they have a real appetite for danger. Free solo climbing, sky surfing, volcano parkour, bungee jumping off cliffs. Whew. Even the thought of it makes Paimon lightheaded.
Really? Honestly, some of the stuff we've done is at least as dangerous as that. We froze half to death on Dragon's Spine, narrowly avoided being fried in all those thunderstorms, got sandblasted in the scorching desert, stared death in the face in those eerie, withering zones. The list goes on.
Huh. Well, when you put it like that, yeah, we've been through some pretty extreme stuff.
Mm-hmm. But we're built different. Most people's idea of danger is probably just an average day on the road for us. That's probably how it is for the Scions of the Canopy with their extreme sports as well.
Whoa, wait a second! Let's get one thing straight. You might be built different, but Paimon sure as heck isn't. Now, Paimon's sure that you and your danger-braving buddies know what you're doing, but the second we find ourselves in serious trouble, Paimon's gonna hide behind you until it's over. The people of the springs are so chill. If they're not relaxing in a hot spring, they're planning their next big soak.
Apparently, some of them even hire musicians to play some relaxing music while they take a dip. The warm water relaxes the body, and the soothing music relaxes the mind.
Whoa, that sounds so nice. Paimon wants to try it for herself.
All right, next time you visit the hot springs, I'll play some Aranara music for you.
Oh! Ooh! But Paimon doesn't play any instruments, so what happens when it's your turn to go in the spring?
You can sing me a song. Maybe an opera from Fontaine?
That's way too hard! Also, not exactly relaxing. That kind of music will put your blood pressure through the roof! How about some Natlan rap instead? Paimon's been practicing. Check this out! Hey! Flying in your face, it's Paimon the Guide! No stranger to danger, takes it in her stride! Saw a beast called Blubber in the nation of water! My Guhua brother got his weapons in order! Sword in one hand and a spear in the other!
Wow, very smooth. If I was listening to that in a hot spring, I'd be tapping the water to the beat like a drum.
Yeah, it'd be like a big music festival! And anyone who's late to the party, the rhythm of the water would get them right into the groove!
Wait. Didn't we start this by saying how the hot springs are meant to be relaxing?
Don't you think those masked warriors look super cool?
Yeah, really gives them an air of mystery.
Right? Don't you think Paimon should get in on this too? Put on a mask and win some wrestling matches with the Collective of Plenty? She could make a whole new name for herself! Paimon's even thought of some catchphrases. Get this! A Saurian warrior never removes her mask! Famous adventurer by day, mighty Saurian warrior by night! Does that sound cool or what?
Yeah, it does. But there's just one problem.
Huh? What's that?
You'll just look like Paimon in a mask. No air of mystery there.
Here in Natland, they seem to use woven scrolls where most nations would use books. It feels so different reading off of them.
Yeah, they say it started with the Masters of the Nightwind, when the shamans began recording their tribal history and legends on woven material. As the practice became more widely adopted, the number and variety of stories grew.
Oh, Paimon should make a record of all our adventures as well. That way, if you ever start a tribe called the Travelers, you'll have your very own historical record. Plus, it could make a really cool cape and an extra blanket when you're camping in the wild.
That would make for one weathered chronicle.
Paimon's heard that everyone from the Collective of Plenty is built like a bricklayer.
Maybe you should go stay with them for a while. Grow those muscles out.
No, Paimon likes herself the way she is now.
Okay, then what about staying with the Flower Feather clan instead? Their thing is flying. I bet they could help you sharpen your skills.
But isn't Paimon good enough at flying already?
Yeah, but then you'd be able to carry me when you fly.
Nope, not happening. How would that even be possible?
Well, if you had those muscles I talked about.
Oh, geez, not this again. For the last time, no! There are so many cute Saurians in that land! Paimon's gonna make friends with every single one.
Oh? Someone sounds confident.
You bet! Paimon's got it all figured out!
Oh, you do, huh? Come on, then. What's the secret to making Saurian friends?
It's really simple. First, you gotta sweet-talk them. Show them you mean well so they relax their defenses. Then you gently pat them on the head. That makes them feel more comfortable around you. Last but not least, get them some good grub. The way to a Saurian's heart is through the stomach, after all. What do you think? Solid plan, huh?
What do I think? I think that all of these tactics would also work really well on you, Paimon.
Would not? Paimon can't be won over by some cheap tricks.
Huh? Oh, you misunderstand. I meant to say that you're as cute as a baby Saurian.
Flattery? Really? You think that'll work on Paimon? Think again.
But I was being sincere, Paimon. How can I prove it to you? With some sweet madame, perhaps?
Wait, really? Sweet madame? Oh, heck yes! Paimon can totally go for some of that right now. What's with that smug look on your face? What, is Paimon missing something? Word is that speed's of the essence when doing archaeology work with the Children of Echoes. Why is that?
It's probably because this place is absolutely overflowing with relics.
But isn't that a good thing?
Well, more relics means more competition. Imagine you saw a really cool stone slate one day and planned to come back and grab it the day after, only to show up the next day and find someone else had already beaten you to it.
Huh. Paimon still doesn't get it.
Okay, here's another analogy. Imagine one night you're all ready to dig into a delicious snack, but then you find a piece of it's missing.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Wait a sec, that's exactly what happened last night! Anything you want to confess, traveler? Paimon's heard that even in that land, there are lots of ways to resolve conflict that don't involve contests of strength.
Really? In the Nation of War?
Yeah, like apparently some people in the Children of Echoes settle their disputes by holding a dance-off.
A dance-off? So they mutually decide on a time and place?
Uh-huh.
And just dance their socks off?
Mm-hmm.
Until one person gets so exhausted they can't get up anymore?
Yep. Wait, what the... Hold on, that is a contest of strength. Guess what? Paimon just thought of the best Mora-making idea ever!
Oh, do tell.
Just look at how many people pass by this place every day. If we opened a business here, right outside the stadium, we'd make a fortune without even trying!
So, what would you sell?
Maybe... alchemical potions from Mondstadt?
I think there's already people selling similar stuff.
In that case, Ooh! Ores from Liyue! Yeah, we could make a killing off of those!
Pretty sure the Children of Echoes are already in that business too.
Yeah... Wait, Paimon's got it! Rugs from Sumeru! Those'll definitely be a hit!
Unfortunately, that's the specialty of the Masters of the Night Wind.
Well, then... we'll fence the whole stadium up! And charge an admission fee to everyone who tries to get inside, whether they're a contestant or a spectator.
You'll be locked up before your fence is even half finished.
Ugh. Why does getting rich have to be so hard? Paimon will never forget the first Saurians we saw in Natland. They're just fascinating creatures. There was the Tapetlosaurs with their bouncy heads, the Koholosaurs with their smooth backs, and then the Yumkasaurs with their fluffy ears and heads.
I bet a baby Yumkasaur would make the best teddy bear.
Yeah. Hey, their fur probably keeps growing out as they get older, right? Do you think it starts getting in the way eventually? Like, imagine if a Yumkasaur had really long fur around the ears and head. They'd barely be able to see where they're going, and that could be kind of dangerous.
You seem to have thought a lot about this. Are you planning on becoming a Saurian hairstylist?
Are you serious?
Just think about it. Once you get famous, you'll be rolling in Mora.
Oh, you're right! This is it. This is how Paimon makes her fortune. Paimon's gonna become the hairstylist for every Yumkasor in Natlan. Woohoo! So much Mora. No, wait, the Mora's secondary. The best part of this plan is making friends with all the Yumkasors. Life will be so happy!
But they're big, you know? It's gotta take a long time to style all that fur with just an ordinary pair of scissors. You might find you can only take one customer per day. If you're serious about this stylist business, you'd better start building some strength. At the very least, aim to lift a pair of scissors as big as the dull blade.
The dull blade? But isn't that your weapon?
Yeah, but I can let you borrow it for training. Come on, let's get practicing.
Hey! This isn't training! This is give Paimon the sword and let her fight the monsters instead! Paimon did not sign up for this! So in Natlan, warriors who impress the Wyab enough get an ancient name! Paimon's so jealous! Having an ancient name would be so cool!
Huh? But don't you already have a bucket load of titles, Paimon?
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Paimon's your best travel companion and trusty guide, plus she's the trendy flyer, silver companion, and assistant to the honorary senior researcher. Oh heck yeah, Paimon's an actual legend! If the people of Natlan end up making a record of our adventures, Paimon's gonna make sure they use every single one of those titles!
But wouldn't that make everything too long? Just think about it. If the locals also used all of their names, records would look something like... On this day, Uthabiti, Kachina of the Children of Echoes, otherwise known as the Nanatskayans, and Umoja Mualani of the People of the Springs of Metzli fame, encountered Malipo Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy of Hoytzatlan, traveling alongside his impish partner Kohulahau while on their way to the Masters of the Nightwind in Meatland.
Okay, you can stop now, jeez! With a document that long, it stretched from here to the stadium and back! And that's before it even got to the point! Well, if Paimon had to pick just one out of all of her titles... yep, it'd have to be Best Companion Ever. So, just between the two of us, Paimon's been wondering about something. It's to do with the competitions at the stadium. You know how there's a point system? First, everyone fights in teams. Then, for the teams that make it through, there's a set number of one-on-one matches. And after that, everyone's ranked based on their final scores. Why did they structure it like that?
Maybe it's to maintain suspense until the final round. Everyone loves to see the underdog make a comeback at the last minute.
Could be. Could be. Or maybe it's because they want to avoid a situation where there's only two contestants and they're evenly matched.
Yeah, they'd end up having to call it a draw and quit.
Exactly! It'd be like pitting the most aggressive Tatankasaur against the most slippery Yumkasaur. Tatankasaur attacks, Yumkasaur dodges, and so on and so forth until a whole day and night has passed. By this point, the audience is starving, so they end the fight and agree to a round 2 some other time. But round 2 comes and goes, and there's still no clear winner. This time, the fight only ends because the Yumkasaur makes an illegal surprise attack and injures the Tatankasaur. Before long, we've ended up with Tatanka versus Yumka, Tatanka versus Yumka 2, Tatanka versus Yumka Return of the Sacred Scales, Tatanka versus Yumka Over the Volcano, and the sequels show no signs of stopping. Wait, we should totally get those made into a film series. We'd make a ton of Mora.
Not a bad idea. Although, I don't think the Scions of the Canopy would be too happy about you making their Saurian the villain.
All right, well, you pitch an idea then if you're such a film critic. The Natlanese don't seem to leave Natlan much, do they?
Nope, and there are some good reasons for that.
That must make things pretty difficult for anyone who wants to be an adventurer, huh? Think about it. If they can't go to other nations, they miss out on a ton of potential commissions. If they can't go exploring unknown ruins, surely they can't make a whole lot of Mora. It's too bad.
You'd think so, wouldn't ya? But in fact, they've found some ways around it.
Huh?
I've heard of a group in the People of the Springs who call themselves Wayfinders. They have a wealth of knowledge about Natlan's geography and ancient ruins, so a lot of foreign adventurers hire them as guides when they visit. Of course, that means they get paid for each trip, regardless of whether their client actually finds the treasure. So in the long run, they might actually earn more than a traditional adventurer would.
Wow. Okay. But wait, if they know so much about Natlan's ancient ruins, why don't they just go find the treasure themselves?
Well, here's the thing. What if there never was any treasure to begin with?
Whoa. Okay, Paimon's gonna need a minute to let that sink in. The Natlanese seem to do a lot of doodling everywhere. Except they don't call it doodling, do they? They call it, flow something.
Phlogiston engraving. But strictly speaking, that refers to the engraving of special stone tablets. What you're talking about is just regular graffiti. Take this one, for example. It basically just says, "You're in Nanatskayan territory now. Children of Echoes for the win."
That's pretty fun. Now Paimon wants in. Shall we do some graffiti of our own?
We sure can, but
Travel guide in all of Teyvat. Now, let's see. Ah, there. Put it right there on that cliff face.
So you want me to do the honors, huh? All right then, let me think about this. Yep, first we need to capture that classic Paimon facial expression. Seething with rage.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Oh, you know what? Forget it! Paimon has decided to find a professional Natlanese graffiti artist instead!
The Natlanese seem to have a genuinely close relationship with their Saurians.
Yeah, they're true companions just like us, inseparable wherever they go.
So, let's say there was a competition between you and the Saurians. Who do you think would win the title of Champion Companion?
What sort of question is that?
I mean, the more I think about it, it's like, you can't burrow into the ground like the Tepetli and you don't fly as fast as the Cuckoosaurs.
Hey! You're thinking about this all wrong! For starters, Paimon flies way faster than any Tepetlosaur, and she's better than the Cuckoosaur at picking out the tastiest chicken mushroom skewer from the grill!
And most importantly of all, Paimon has been at my side longer than any Saurian.
Exactly! Let's not forget who's the best travel guide in all of Teyvat!
All right, my trusty companion. Shall we set off on our next adventure?
Actually, now that Paimon's mentioned it, she feels like her chicken mushroom skewer picking out skills have gotten a little rusty. Come on, you should cook up a few so Paimon can practice. makeup that Natlanese people wear? Or body paint or tattoos or graffiti or whatever it's called? Anyway, it looks really cool.
I have noticed. Body paint is right, although it's not just any old paint. Apparently, it contains phlogiston.
Wow, really?
Yep. If you're interested to try it out, I'm pretty sure they offer a body painting experience specially for tourists. But they just use normal paint for that.
Oh, well, since we're here, why don't we try it? All part of the experience.
Sure thing. You'll need to pick a color palette and a motif first, though. Each tribe has its own style.
All right, Paimon chooses... Paimon chooses... Oh, they all look so cool. Choosing between them is impossible. Choosing is losing. Paimon will take them all.
Wow. Today I learned that Paimon is a maximalist. Well, I'm sure some people would say less is more, but I say, you do you, Paimon.
What are you talking about? Paimon never said anything about using them all at once. She just wants options so she can switch up her style every day.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to see Paimon with an elaborate arm tattoo.
Stop! Nope! Stop it! No imagining Paimon with an arm tattoo! Not allowed! The people and Saurians of Natlan have a great relationship, huh? They live together, fight together, even fly together.
Just like us, right? Except you're too small to take me flying. It's just a shame you can't grow any bigger. Not for want of trying, of course. You do eat a lot of chicken mushroom skewers.
Let's not forget that Saurians can't be your guide or your conversation partner.
It's strange to think that there was once a time when humans and Saurians were enemies. And now they coexist peacefully. Must have taken a lot of work to get where things are today.
If Paimon was a Saurian, all it would have taken is some tasty food.
You say that, but what if you demanded 100 chicken skewers per day, and the humans couldn't provide that much?
Paimon could probably settle for 50 a day.
Or even better, maybe the humans could team up with you and you could go hunting together. Then there'd be enough meat for everyone to eat their fill.
Uh-huh. Peace between species all starts with a full stomach. That volcano is so huge! You can see it from anywhere in Natlan! Where do you think all that magma comes from, though?
One legend holds that an enormous pyro dragon slumbers in the deepest depths of Natlan. Within the dragon's body dwells the world's first flame, burning eternally and causing boils to form on the dragon's back. Every once in a while, these boils spew out fire, which takes the form of magma when it comes above ground.
For real? But what happens if the dragon ever wakes up? Natlan will be doomed!
Yep, and that's why the Pyro Archon gets the tribes to periodically join forces and go pacify the dragon, to make sure it stays asleep.
Wait, what? No, that's to fight the abyss, isn't it?
Well, not if this story from a woven scroll I bought on the street is to be believed.
Ugh, Paimon knew it.
the ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down. You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
The biggest one in history.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with you hear?
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
What a place! The world is full of surprises.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with you hear? What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
The ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
What a place! The world is full of surprises.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with me. What sort of color is this?
Use the ability to not get lost some sort of
What
talent?
a place! The world is full of surprises.
Mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with you hear? What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin? Best I don't see you over in the west then.
What a place! The world is full of surprises.
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
What a place!
Been here before?
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Oh, everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
What a place!
Been here before?
Full of surprises.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high-calorie food urgently?
What
You've
a
come to the right
place!
place.
Been here before?
Full of surprises.
Oh, everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Rotten onion skin? Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
What a place! Full of surprises.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Oh, everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high high-calorie food urgently?
Been here before?
You've come to the right place.
What a place. Full of surprises.
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Onion skin?
Have I been here before?
Need some high-calorie food urgently?
What a place. Full of surprises.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion
Everything's
skin?
ready. Now we just need the right person to show up. Been here before?
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
What a place. Full of surprises.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
What a place. Full of surprises.
Have I been here before?
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right
Have
place.
I been here before?
A place. Full of surprises.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion skin?
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? Rotten onion skin?
Surprises.
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.
What sort of need some high-calorie food urgently? Onion skin? You've come to the right place.
Full of surprises.
Everything's ready. Now we just need the right person to show up.